So welcome to the Crosshair 8 Hero, and you can see here I've already taken the RGB I/O cover thing and the plastic tat audio cover off, and that was just those 4 screws over there, and they cover the audio section here as well as the I/O. Now the I/O shield is still fixed on, so that is on there. I've also taken off this piece here, which is made out of metal, and this goes over the fan, the chipset fan, which suffocates it. Excellent. Now moving on, back to the VRM area, we have this VRM heatsink, which is pretty decent, and I've already unscrewed this earlier, and it has a heat pipe and some thermal pads, and I've got the scales over here. $238 grams, very good. And I'll now show you underneath here what the chipset heatsink looks like. Now these two bits here are M.2 covers, and these are both metal. This one is above the GPU, so there's none actually below this first slot that would get roasted, like all the boards used to have. On the Hero 7 it was up here, and I think there was one down here as well, so I think it's same configuration. This one down here does have a bit of finnage on it, and it is a bit longer, and this one up here doesn't, so make of that what you will. This piece here, for anyone wondering, just goes on there like that, and just blocks airflow to the fan, so I'm going to leave that off. This whole piece here is plastic, and so I'll take this bit off and show you the heatsink underneath. So to take the plastic cover off, you just need to take off the 4 screws that have the white ring around them on the back. In fact, all of the screws with a white ring around are basically the ones that hold on the plastic tat. So we'll take those off. So I've taken off the 4 screws there, they're just little self-tappers, and this piece here just comes off, and as you can see that entire thing is plastic. Now it has got the channels here with open cutouts at the bottom for the air to come out from the fan, which you'll see in a second. So this is the chipset heatsink. So the plastic tat covers this entire area here, and there's the little piddly fan, and this is their pathetic excuse of a chipset heatsink. To give you an idea of how shallow it is, yeah, it is pathetic, and this piece looks like it's missing. I don't know what on earth happened there, but it's a bit of a joke really. I mean, what they could have done is they could have sort of had a heat pipe run from here up this bit here to the VRM heatsink maybe, or maybe on E80X boards they could have had it run all the way around there, or maybe around this way, I don't know, but they basically just needed a heat pipe connecting to this heatsink up there, and then it would have been a hell of a lot better. So yeah, the other thing is as well, you do have to keep this plastic shroud on, because if you don't, this fan is just going to splurge the air everywhere and not actually do anything. So this shroud does actually direct the airflow. So you can see the angle that the chipset heatsink is at, and those cutouts correspond with that. However, you'll notice this bottom hole here, this flat one, is actually against the M.2. So I don't know whether they've designed it to push air down that way over the M.2, and then this one comes out here under there and over the M.2, or whether if you put an M.2 down here it'll be blocking off air there and then you won't get enough airflow through the chipset. So who knows, but to be honest, I think this is stupid. What they should have done is they should have made the heatsink literally finned like this, but just this whole area here. Maybe they could have had it going down there a bit, and then you wouldn't have to have this stupid fan. You wouldn't have a noise problem. You could put a heat pipe to the other heatsink. I don't know what the price is of this little stupid fan versus a heat pipe going up to the VRM cooler, which isn't really needed at all, by the way, because this VRM is a 7+1. I believe the phases are doubled by these chips on the back, maybe. No, don't look like the doublers are on the back. Actually, the controller there's on the back though. So indeed, it does look like there are 16 phases, but really it's only a 7+1, and it's obviously configured in a 14+2 here. So yeah, that's about it. Obviously this board is perfectly fine, and I'll be testing the 3700X in it shortly. Other than that, not got much to say about it. So let's get on with the testing. Right, for anyone wondering about the box, which is maybe no one, but basically these boxes open exactly the same for the Crosshair 8 as it did for the 7, which means it says welcome when you open the box, and it only opens that much because it has this weird hinge thing on the back. So the box is the same thickness as the one for the Crosshair Hero 7, as you can see there, and it is black and very red, whereas the 7 is sort of a darker red. This is now shinier, and is it bigger? No, it's about the same size, same font, but that one's red, and this bit is sort of a darker red, whereas that's black. That's a silvery bit. That's got the same kind of brushed effect that the crappy plastic stuff has there. So at least it's consistent. So the boxes are about the same. There's the one for the Hero 6, which is thinner, as you can see, by quite a lot. And the Hero 6 has the same thing in terms of the welcome to the Republic and the weird hinge. However, this new board barely comes with any accessories, so all of the space underneath the board is kind of wasted. It comes with like 3 SATA cables and an RGB stick or something. So, and same with this one. So even though these boxes are much bigger, they are kind of a waste of space. So there you go. That logo is on that side on this one, and it's on that side on that one. So whoever did the box design at Asus was really thinking out of the box. You can see the things it supports there, and this new one has whatever that is. Don't know what that is. PCIe 4, which is the main thing, even though it makes no difference whatsoever. And yeah, that's about it. Spent 2 minutes on a box, lol.